Hi, everybody. So, welcome to setting our vision for 2020. There's probably going to be a lot of background noise. It is school holidays. It's really hard to do lives when there are school holidays. It's just crazy. But I'm going to try my absolute best. I have threatened with the holiday. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, we're going away for 2 days tomorrow. And I was like, listen, guys, if you don't pipe it down, then you're not going on a holiday tomorrow. So let's see. But this is going to be a very personal thing that you will need to go through in your own time. Literally, I think this is what I've done for December. I have literally gone within, and so many magical moments have happened. Some really, like, still a lot of clearing for me. I did speak to you guys about doing a lot of energy clearing work, which brings up a lot of shit, which is really good because this is what we are supposed to be doing for us to move forward. Hi, Nicola. For us to move forward, we obviously need to get rid of anything that's holding us back. So 2020 is going to be absolutely amazing. I can just feel it in my bones for so many of us. But what I always like to do is I always like to reflect back and see what's happened the year before. And so if you haven't got this that I sent through, it's not read, your copy's not read. My printer is run out of out of ink, so I've literally printed it. But I'll go through the questions. You can write them down. And then I really want you just to take the time out. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, but really go in deep. Hi, Martina. Really go deep with these questions that I'm going to ask, because honestly, it's really important to, set these things. I often write goals. I've got some 2017 goals that I wrote down, and I don't always look back at them until like months later or years later. And I'm like, oh my gosh, those things have happened. This is amazing. So you need to sometimes also look and celebrate, and also see at the things that maybe haven't yet manifested, that you know that there's areas that you can work on. So what we're going to do is we're going to look back at 2019. So the first thing that you're going to ask, when you look back at 2019, I want you to write down some of the feelings that come up. So maybe, I know for a lot of people, 2019 was really tough. For me, it was an incredible year, but also had a lot of deep feeling moments in this year. July was just horrific for me. All these weird things came up, and December I could almost feel that feeling again of that growth. Let's just call it growth. So and it's good. Like, you got to go within, and you got to listen to whatever it is that you are being guided to go with. So for me, it was December was like, don't have any drinks, Tanya. Don't do anything to, like, don't be too social. Don't do any courses. Don't do anything like this. Just go within. And I can totally understand why I followed that path, because so many things have happened. Also, guys, I've posted it today. I am looking for a social media marketer. It does need to be someone that does this already. That's got experience in it, because this is not my strength, and I obviously want to start hiring my strengths, because I want to work. I was hiring my weaknesses, should I say, because we are all supposed to work on our strengths, and I don't have too much time to work on my weaknesses, so I'd rather find someone that is their strength. So if you know of anybody, please do share. So write that down. When you look back at 2019, write down some of the feelings that come up. Whatever it is, if it's excitement, if it's sadness, if it's growth, if it's whatever it is, just go with those words. And then the second one is there anything that you would change for 2019? So really think of this. Again, guys, I'm going to give you a lot of time to do this. Please just, I'll also put the link on here if you haven't signed up for it. You can just sign up, and all the questions will be there for you. Then the third one, where did you feel you succeeded the most in 2019? So perhaps it was family, like you had a really good year of just spending time with your family. Perhaps it was career. Perhaps it was your spirituality. Growth is just the most amazing thing. So just honor that. Wherever you have succeeded, celebrate that, because quite often we like, nothing's happened that I really wanted, and then you really dig deep and you look back and you're like, but I did this, and I succeeded in this. So celebrate that. You want to get really, really in touch with those feelings, because it's the most amazing thing when you start acknowledging things, because we can often as humans not see the good and just be like, oh, this was such a bad, all these bad things happened. But really, if we focus on the things that we did well, it's really a good place to go, and it's really a good place to start, really. And then where do you feel you needed more growth? And then when you find this, maybe it's, maybe it was your relationship. Maybe you feel like, oh, I've been so caught up in my business this year that I didn't actually spend any time with my loved one. And maybe I've been a real cow, whatever it is. And then totally forgive yourself for that, because this is also really important. We are all human, okay? We can't be perfect all the time. And so just look inwards and be like, you know what? I forgive myself for that. And that is something that I'm really going to work on next year, because, we really can have it all. We can really you don't have to succeed in your business and work so freaking hard that actually everything else goes to shit. Sorry. So it's really important to forgive yourself for that and just go, this is what I'm going to work on next year. So this is the area that maybe needs a little bit more of my love and attention for next year. And then do you feel that there was more that you could have done this past year? If so, set the intention to forgive yourself for this and get ready to fly in this area in 2020. So it's really, really important to see that, because growth is all about really looking deep within and seeing where you can work on, what areas. Guys, we want to grow, especially if you're here, we are all connected. If you are on this Happiness with Tanya Taylor, it means that you are wanting growth. You are wanting, just like me, to expand and just, make life worth living. So just really forgive yourself for it, and just know that that's an area that you can really work on. And so once you've done that, once you've looked back, please, whatever it is that you did, maybe you gave away for the first time, you decluttered this December and you decided to give your stuff away instead of selling it. Like, celebrate that. Whatever it is, look back at all the things that you were like, wow, that is something that I did this year that I'm really proud of. Maybe you were a more patient mom this year, or a more patient dad, or maybe you went on more dates with your partner. Maybe you had a really successful year in business, or maybe you actually took a step back and just started to enjoy life a little bit more and realize that, hang on, I don't need to work 24/7. Whatever it is, just look at everything that you really can celebrate, because we all need to do that more, because we are so quick to look at the faults. But it is important, obviously, to see the parts that we have been weak in, so that we can change that for 2020. And we are going into a new decade, guys. This is just phenomenal. Like, if I look back at my decade, it was absolutely amazing. And I know that it was just setting up. I always knew, I don't know why, but my intuition is pretty strong. I always knew that something magical was going to be happening when I'm 40. And I'm 2 years, 32, a year and a half away from 40. And I tell you, like, I still truly believe this deep down in my soul, that this is exactly what's going to be happening. So I'm so excited for this next decade. So setting massive intentions for 2020. You need to understand that it is so important for us to set massive goals, because if we don't aim higher, and if we don't, sometimes, if we just go small, that's like our old thinking, and we need to change we need to rewire our brains into thinking big if we want to manifest big. And so what I wrote down here was, if you have just won the lotto, it's the Euro Millions Lotto, and you have just won 50 million euros. Like, just close your eyes and just think of how that feels. Like, the freedom that you have in your life right now. You have just won this money. You have nothing to fear. Everything is financially sorted for you and all your family. Your parents, their houses are paid off. Your brothers, your sisters, like, hi Julie, everything's paid off. Like, literally, your house is paid off. You have got holidays booked till Timbuktu, whatever it is, till the year like 2099 is all sorted. now you literally just have to go and ask yourself these questions. So what do you want to create for 2020? Now that you have all the money in the world, no, sorry. You need to create your bigger vision. So you've got your 50 million euros. Now you need to go massive. And I'm really excited about Joyful January, because in this, I'm going to teach you even new things that I've recently learned to really like make your manifesting miracles even more crazy, like really to just help rewire our brains. And it's just going to be very, very powerful. But one of the things that I still love and adore, and I will be honest, I haven't been doing it so much over the December holidays, because as long as I can visualize and as long as I can do my meditation every single morning during the school holidays, like, you know, I'm proud of keeping that up. But I do try and write in my Dream Day Journal as often as possible, because you want to create this massive, massive vision. You really need to understand when you wake up in the morning. And if you're waking up in the morning and you're doing the same freaking thing every single day, you wake up, you get out of bed, you go make a wee, you go put the kettle on, you have a cup of coffee, you wake the kids up, you get them ready for school, you do all of these things. Hi, Ali. You do all of these things, the same things every single day, and then you go to work. You hate work. You drive the same route to work. Everything is on autopilot. You need to understand that if this is your life, it's sad to say, but it's a reality. And I know this because I was there, and I'm still a work in progress every single day. It's not to say that I've got everything right yet, but this is something that I work on every single day. You need to change that autopilot if you want your life to look different in 2020. If you want to look 5 years ahead and 10 years ahead with this next beautiful, incredible decade, you need to understand that you need to do things differently for things to be different. So if you are going to wake up in autopilot, your brain is just going to give you the same stuff, guys. So this is why I always say it is so important to start your morning different. Start your morning with your rituals. Start your morning, you know, your brain is obviously going to say to you, no, I really don't feel like this workout. Or no, do I have to meditate? Can't I rather just sleep? This is normal. This is normal. This is going to happen. It is going to happen. There's other mornings where you wake up and you're like, yeah, baby, I just want to meditate. I just want to listen to my music. I just want to visualize. I just want to write in my Dream Day Journal. There are going to be days like that. But there are days where it's like, I really don't want to do this. But those are the days that you need to do this, because if you understand how powerful it is with creating your vision and then visualizing your vision every single day, if you knew, and this is the only thing, is sometimes we don't believe it, but you need to believe it, because it is science, it is fact, it is, you know, it is just a fact that if we start doing things differently every morning and start visualizing and start creating the life that we want to live, the life that we want to live is going to come flying to us. And I tell you guys, when I am sticking to my rituals every single day, things that I don't even know how the heck they happen. It's like I can want anything and it will just come to me, or something will be set up that I know that is on the way, and I'm like, how does this even happen? This is just crazy. So understand that if you get into the habit, and if you can just make that your habit for 2020, just say to yourself, you know what, every single day without fail, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to commit 10 minutes to myself to meditate, to visualize and see my bigger vision, because that is fact that it's going to start coming to you. And the Dream Day Journal is a really, really easy way to do this. And visualizing, you know, just picturing it every single day, you are creating what it is that you want, guys. 2020 is going to be massive. I'm so excited. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you guys, but you're going to be on this journey with me, which is so exciting. So you're going to see. Okay, so for the next question, and again, guys, just a reminder that this is there for you. So just, you know, click on that link, sign up. For those that are already signed up to my email list, you would have got it. So just click on it and all the questions will be there for you. What do you want to create for 2020? And this is really important, guys. Why? You know, it's easy to say, I've wanted to create many things in my life. But then when you say the why and it doesn't really feel that authentic to you, and it doesn't mean like, if don't feel like because everybody else is saying to make the world a better place, like that's what I've got to say, or I want to be rich because that's what, you know, I feel like everybody should be rich, whatever it is. It's got to touch your heart. Your why has got to seriously touch your heart. And every single one of us are different. Your why will be different to my why. And there's no right or wrong with this, guys. It is just something that when you say it, like you got to feel it like, oh my gosh, that feels so damn good. Then you know you found your why. And if it means like if it excites you, you want to go traveling around, you want a lot of money because you want to go traveling around the world. It doesn't mean that you have to save the world. If that is what really like lights your body up and lights you up and lights your heart and your soul up, then that's what you need to do. And that's what you're going to write down for your why. It's your why. It's you have to connect to it. What will you gain if you create this in 2020? So really think about and write all the things like what will you gain if you reach this goal? And again, really, it's got to give you those feels. And then the other thing is, what will you lose if you don't take inspired action? So what will happen if you don't get it? Like, really connect to that as well, because when we realize, like, really guys, we are supposed to just live this most amazing life. This is what we're here to do. And sometimes we get so caught up in stuff that we forget it. Like, it's so important to just ask yourself, why? What will happen if I don't do this? Is it going to be another year of just the same autopilot? Is this what's going to happen? And then list all those things. Again, it's a personal thing for you. You've got to connect to the answers to that. What can you do today to take one step closer to this dream? And guys, this is where the magic lies. Whenever you are fully into your questionnaire and you're doing it, that very day you need to do something to take that step forward. So for a big example for me was when I wanted to work with Sarah Morgan closely, and literally she was sitting at a retreat, and I didn't want to send her a message, but my inner being was going crazy and was like, you need to send this message right now. And I was like, no, I can't. You know, she's obviously, my limiting beliefs were saying like, no, you can't do that because she's on this retreat, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I did. And I tell you, a week later, I think it was a week later, I was working one-on-one with Sarah Morgan. So if I had listened to that voice going, no, don't be silly, she's on a retreat. So this is what we will always do. We will find an excuse, and our excuses are really valid. I mean, it probably was really valid. But I just knew that my gut was saying to me, no, Tanya, you need to do this now. So do it. And had I not, I possibly wouldn't have worked with Sarah, and she is absolutely, I'm so glad that I worked with Sarah, because she is like a soul sister to me and has taught me so much. Without her and Katie, I wouldn't have been here today. So, you know, it's very important the day that you are doing that, no matter what it is, if it's something so crazy, like say you want to start writing a book, that very day that you decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do, you take that inspired action and you start writing the first chapter, or you start writing the foreword, or whatever it is, like the introduction, just whatever it is, just take that inspired action, because when you are feeling that in you, that's when you need to jump and do it. Because quite often then we're like, oh, I want to do this, but I'm not going to do it now because of maybe this reason and that reason, and then you don't end up doing it. So that on the day that you answer these questions, you take that step. And I would love to see it, guys. Like hashtag the step closer to your dream, whatever it is, and tell me what you've done, and send me messages, send me emails, whatever you want to do. Like that makes my heart freaking sing. That's why there's nothing nicer than getting messages from you guys and knowing that, yeah, that you are taking inspired action, because it's really where it all is at. We can sit and visualize everything, and the universe can literally like set things up for us in ways that we can't even imagine, and then we just sit there, we're like, you know, I just don't feel ready today because I actually need to go to the hairdresser. and then you miss your moment. You miss that inspired moment, and then you wait again. And eventually the universe is going to slap you on your head and make sure that you do it. But it's much nicer doing it, with beautiful, inspired action, because obviously we all know if the path is meant for us, it will come. But it's just much easier when we actually just flow with it and take that inspired action every single day, every single time it comes to you. When you get that butterfly feeling in your tummy, just go for it. Then you need to know, it's really important, guys, to always remember that anything is possible for you. We are going to practice in 2020 together. We are going to visualize the most insanely amazing lives. And in the end of the year, like, this is what I really want you to do. I want you to see yourself at the end of 2020 when you're doing your questions. This is one of the things that I want you to do. And I want you to feel and see yourself celebrating at the end of 2020. Like, toasting whoever you are going to be toasting. Maybe it's your family, like you're celebrating in your beautiful new home, or maybe you are on a cruise, or on a yacht with the people that you absolutely love and adore, and there you are celebrating with them everything that you wished that was going to come true in 2020. Because once you start seeing that, that is one of the most beautiful things to do, because you're going to feel those feelings of that accomplishment, and your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between what's real and what's not real. So when you keep implanting this visualization into your head of what you want your life to look like and celebrating this life, you are attracting it to yourself, and your brain doesn't know that it's not true. And that's how we rewire our brains. Because the thing is, if we keep getting stuck in our past, like, oh, but it hasn't happened yet, that didn't ever happen, then we get stuck in that, and we're just creating more of that. And if we want these phenomenal, incredible, amazing lives that we can all have, like, whatever it is, we all want different things. Like, for me, I love that I get to have the freedom that I have. I just want to travel more, a lot more, and I just want to impact millions and millions and millions and millions of lives, so that every single person can know that they are here to just live a life that they love, that they absolutely adore. And this is what I want to do. So whatever it is that you want to create for 2020 and beyond, sometimes if we are a little bit too specific, some of us cannot manifest like that. For me personally, I need a really big vision, because sometimes the specifics can get in the way for me, because I'm like, oh shit, how's that going to happen? And then I start freaking out, and then obviously I push it away, because it is all about how you're feeling. So if you feel like, oh, 2020 is a bit soon, like sometimes this will be me. I'm like, oh, that's a year from now, and like the dreams that I have are really, really big. Like, maybe I'll give myself 3 years, and that's fine too. Like, if you want to see yourself in 5 years time toasting of everything that you desire that's come true, that is also fine. So if 2020, if you start feeling like, oh, that's a little bit soon, that's freaking me out, like, how am I going to do that? Other people, they love that. They love that real specific, like everything that I'm between the two. So I do like to have those lists, but I just can't have the actual date on it, because then it starts freaking me out. I'll have a kind of deadline to it, but not too much of a deadline, because then really we don't need, the why is not up to us. It is not, the why is up to us. The how is not up to us. The only thing that we need to decide is what we want and why we want it, because we really need to connect to that. And then the universe does the how in the most crazy, amazing, unbelievable ways that you could ever even imagine. Like, I cannot even, it's just synchronicities. All these incredible things start happening to you when you just don't ask how. Don't ask how, because our minds will think so small when the universe has infinite intelligence and will work it all out for us in the most incredible ways. There is no time, space, everything just happens in exactly the way that it's meant to happen. So don't, if you are like me, get too specific. If you feel more comfortable toasting for the end of the decade, feel free to do that. But as I said, guys, your beautiful questions are there. Take your time on doing this. Take your time and really go with these questions. And the most important thing, though, out of all of this is to create your bigger vision, because this is something that I want all of you, like 2020 vision. 2020 is all going to be amazing. Like, I promise you, I just feel, there's something so powerful about 2020. So just really create your vision and tell yourself, if you can just do that every single day, commit to yourself, put yourself first every day. So take those 10 minutes. If you can do more in the morning, absolutely, please do. But if you can only do 20 minutes and you can do your meditation and you can visualize for 2 minutes about the life that you dream of. You know, if you write about it in your dream day journal every day, this is what you are doing. You are creating your future, and things that you write in there will manifest quicker than you can even begin to imagine. So please, guys, please do this for yourselves, and share with me. I want to know all your wins, and I want every single one of you to be winning. I want you not to be fearful in 2020 if you can do that. All of us are just going to go into 2020 and we're going to cheer each other on, guys. Please. I know we do it so much in 2019, but I want it even more in 2020. Like, let's share who's winning, what you're winning with, what it is. Maybe you're fearful of doing something and you're like, oh my gosh, can you just send some prayers? Can you send some good vibes? I want us all to just hold hands and go into 2020 together with massive vision, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. 2020, here we come. Woohoo! And now, guys, I'm going to go for a braai outside, a barbecue. My kids have kind of been quiet, but not too quiet. But hopefully the earphones have kept that from you guys. But yeah, if this is there for you, I will also post it at the top of this video just so that you have all those questions. Take your time with it, guys. Dream big. I love you all so much. Thank you for making my 2019 so beautiful. I'm just so excited for 2020. We are going to grow massively. We are going to just manifest like we're going to manifest miracles every single day is what we're going to do. It does. 2020, it just sounds beautiful. It really does sound beautiful. Okay, guys, so have a gorgeous evening, and we're going to go on holiday for 2 days tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to go chill hard, and I will be back soon. There is still place for anybody that wants to do January, Joyful January. It will be my last course until June, live course live like this. So if anybody does want to hop in on that, please do. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to cover so many things. Again, I'll send the link on that too on the top, so you can just go over there and see what it's all about. Love you guys lots. Have the most amazing and last few days of 2019. Bye, guys.